we did the same. I started feeling that you each person different from us and say, before I could see how long why they have at the power fear, tuning them up. Mobile one. Mobile anyway. Now phone calls, studio for life. Now studio for life. I said, I tell you what the offer goes. Okay, no, this is the door for so I can get Yo, on my be ya if yenara. I see a boy a brave. Nah, a man ye. She was a brabono. Oh, boy, no, of course. The person my year, no, I show a brabo, no, of course. Anyway, a tip for your mama, Juba Africanna radio, and you may crossfire. It's crossfire time. Usually, I now professor no torso. Me co-presenter only ha na mkwa mu ba. To me say na me share see me local language. Yes. Na ansa na baba beto aso na. Professor ya brofo kakra na ya say ya brofo. Good evening anyway. There were tifo bi so almost I dey almost say ya ka brofo. Nti e din enyumre we will mix it up, both English and then the local language. So it's Crossfire and welcome to Africanna Radio. As usual, every Wednesday we come your way with the Crossfire program. We are just about to start. Richard is on the way coming to the studio. He will soon be here. So as usual, I would like to go around the world and then make some noise. Discuss what is happening before when Richard comes in. The sources of Richard. Yeah. Okay. So before we go ahead, listeners, let's give you the links where you can get Africanna Radio. We are broadcasting live on Facebook, YouTube, and then also live on the TuneIn Radio app. You can also download our Google Play, our app, Africanna Radio app from the Google Play or the App Store. And as time goes on, we'll open the phone lines for contributors to call in. We have 2 studio lines. One is a landline, which is 0122392684. The other number is a WhatsApp line or a mobile line, and that's 07473865402. 07473865402. Yes. So it's Crossfire. Let me take this opportunity to say hello to almost everyone, not almost everyone. Yes. Now our listenership is widened.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, we are all over the place. Yajibabia. Africanna Radio Agyepong, Crossfire Agyepong. And tonight we'll be having a surprise for you. So stay tuned. I won't tell you what the surprise is, but we might get a guest contributor. And when the time comes, we'll announce that to you. So a good evening to my Cancer 90 brothers and all the marshals in London and Ghana.
Someone asked me about this Council 90, Council 76, and all that. I said, look, I cannot answer this question. I think the right person is Michael. So you call Michael and you tell who
Yeah, don't worry. You will get to know as time goes on. Yeah, there's nothing hoodious about it. Okay, so don't worry at all. And also, we want to say a good evening to especially our listeners in Ghana. We broadcast live to Ghana as well, so we have quite a following in Ghana, and a special good evening to you all. There's a lot happening in that country of ours. Crossfire is all about discussing topical issues and then contributing to the growth of our nation. Just as what's the name of the Reverend, the song?
The one that we play?
Yeah. What's your mind be if you are
from what's his name again?
Uncle. Yes. So no one they say yes. That's our quota, our contribution towards Ghana year. Yes, you go so I pay Richard or by Mr. D. Now what to say?
Yes,
Good.
Yes, yeah. When you made that Roma.
Yeah.
What branch in about?
What's that? Me, Fred, you are bad. Let's say.
A branch in a branch.
I said, me, yeah, research, I can answer my rabbits, and I seem to know me to me,
a branch in a branch of your brain. You show you.
Why the baby?
You show you.
Why the baby? Theresa May and I say,
Trump. You show you, pop.
And I say, why? And I may hear it.
That's very good. That's very good.
Why the baby? I tell for Moko Facebook, Amubenya or Facebook Africanna Radio.
Yeah.
What type of Ubenya? YouTube, so you're broadcasting live on Sabekaye. Tuning radio on Sabekaye. More my Facebook account, so yeah, I'm entire Facebook where CrossFire Dauruma, or send me a Facebook. Who call my Jones on Sabekame Mr. D, Domfe, and also. Or best share. I don't want to share my energy. Say, yes, spread the message now. The call Africanna radio team. The chairman na DJ Eric, DJ Ray, DJ Danny. Hey, me see, we brother Enoch Nkache. O shava ya chiao.
Enoch show.
O no hokani. And I zo hokafo.
Hokani.
And your pastors now, so your church.
That's true.
All right, opening as usual. Yeah, train Richard the United Center. I'll just do some U-turn around the world.
Yeah.
What is happening in UK?
What is happening in the UK? Brexit is happening. It's happening. It's coming real.
What's that? Before I go Brexit or Scotland for no person had you.
No, look, to be honest with you, I'm beginning to dislike this woman.
Why?
No. You see?
Dislike her on what basis?
Dislike her on the basis that what does she want?
Oh.
What does she want?
Why?
What does she want? Now I'll tell you why. Not long ago they had a referendum. Yes. The majority of the people voted to stay in the United Kingdom.
Yes.
Period.
Okay.
Period. We had a referendum to stay in either in Europe or to say to Brexit. We've done what the British people asked for.
Yeah.
Right? Period. Let's move on. What does she want? I do not understand what this woman what she wants. I don't understand it.
You see, Sasana Abekadia. What does Donald Trump want? Americans voted for Donald Trump. Let's move on.
No.
I'll
tell you why we cannot move on.
Hold on. Remain.
You know, you've asked a question. Let me answer the question.
Let me add this one, then you can join it together. I'm just following a trend.
Yes.
Just the same logic you are using.
No, it's
a democratic process.
It's not the same logic.
No, it's a democratic process.
Absolutely.
You see, the democratic process is that we allow people from time to time. Referendums are given.
It is the
referendum has been granted.
Yes.
People have voted to leave the United Kingdom.
Yes.
Even that is a problem.
It is a problem.
To court.
And I tell you what's a problem.
And so
it's exactly what the Tony Blair and co are asking for, and they're not getting it. Tony Blair and co are asking, thinking that the British people, or they can bend the curve to do another referendum for us to stay in Europe. But he's not getting that.
Okay.
Because the British people, or the majority of the British people, have spoken. And that's period. That's
so
it. Now hold on.
That's beautiful.
No, hold on.
Land into my territory.
No, I'm coming. Now we go back to America. We go back to America.
Yes.
Trump, to me, is not ruling with the majority vote. Now, I'll tell you why.
What do you mean by it's not?
No, hold on. Because it is the Electoral College which decided in favor of Donald Trump. Majority of American people voted for Hillary Clinton.
Hang on a second. Which college? Is it majority rule that decided Obama's?
No, it should have been majority to decide.
Wait, is it majority of the people? No. Is it the general popular vote that decided President Obama?
But Obama's one.
Yeah.
Majority voted for Obama, and then the Electoral College also voted in favor of the Obama.
No, but the
difference here is this: majority of the American people voted for Hillary, and then the Electoral College voted for what do you call it?
My good
Trump.
friend.
That is what that is the difference.
You see, you can't delegitimize Trump's presidency with this argument. The point is that
it is argument that's going on.
No, it doesn't make it. If that is the case, why are they not taking the matter to court like they did in
no, the system in America, what the electoral college decides, that's finished.
Thank you. If you understand that is part of their democratic system, that is American democracy.
That's why he's having problems now.
There is no problem. What problems? His problem has nothing to do with the electoral college. His problem has something to do with him trying to jail Obama. That's his problem. Trying to find some ways and means to deflect attention from his own issues.
Right.
Okay. But the Russians and all that, trying to deflect attention or trying to jail Obama, but not about how he was elected and all that. Welcome, my good friend is here, Richard.
Oh, sorry, my apologies.
Yes. We were waiting for you, so we thought we would just, as usual,
it's okay.
cross over and then make some noise around the world and find out what is happening. And Mr. D thinks he doesn't like what Nicola Sturgeon is doing.
No, you don't like what?
No, I don't know what she's doing.
Nicola Sturgeon.
Why?
I don't know what she's doing.
Why not?
Because the reason I've made my point clear.
You see,
they have voted, they decided, saying that they are staying in the United Kingdom. That should be it.
No, the question should be, did they know they were going to vote on the Brexit before?
That's out of the contest.
No,
Brexit has got nothing to do with
Brexit has everything to do with that. If for example, if the Brexit was done before their referendum, the outcome would have been different. It's obvious Scotland doesn't want to leave the EU.
No, how do you know that?
It would have been, because don't forget.
What I'm saying is, what she is doing now is exactly like what Tony Blair and co are trying to do. They're trying to bend the heads.
Like every politician, she's trying to get the best deal for a country.
It's not guaranteed that
let's draw a line
trust
here.
me, they would.
Let's draw a line here. Because tonight we have a lot to talk about. I am thinking, look, I'm not interested in we going back to vote for another referendum to either to remain or to leave. That decision has been done. Now, Nicola Sturgeon's argument, and where I tend to side with her, is the procedural side of it. The procedural side of it being that she wants to go back to her people because the dynamics have changed.
Exactly.
So that change in dynamics is what she's asking for, that let's have another referendum and see whether people will still want to remain in the United Kingdom post-Brexit. Now, if people decide, Scottish people say that yes, we still want to remain in the United Kingdom, or we just want to be independent so that we can have an opportunity to rejoin the common market and the European Union, then fair enough. That is their decision. Now, so the question we need to ask is, has she got the right to ask for a referendum? Yes, the laws allow that. So if it's part of the rules, just as David Cameron decided to give the whole of British people a referendum without thinking of the consequences, all right, then so be it. If they go and they vote and Scottish people want to remain independent, then that is it, because they have that devolution there with all these ramifications of one day Scotland can become a nation on its own. Okay, it's a kingdom. They are in a group. So as long as the law permits that, I don't have a problem with it. What I do not want is another referendum to determine whether Britain, when we've just voted to leave the European Union, then they decide that let's have a referendum for another, European vote to whether we actually want to stay in or leave when a decision has been made.
Right.
So for me, no problem. I'm happy with it. Let her go on. Let her go on with it. But she said something that is quite telling. When she came out with her statement and Theresa May came out to say certain things.
She was elected.
I like that.
I was elected. You were not elected.
Exactly. Listen.
I was so happy.
She means business. She means business.
But she will make it very tough for her.
Who will make
May will make it very, very tough.
How is she going to do that?
We wait and see. But she has authorized that Theresa May has authorized that, has to allow her to carry on with the referendum in Scotland.
Well,
so we see how it's going to happen.
At the end, I think the plan is that they will,
she cannot
wait till she's done her Article 50 negotiations, and then they will go on. But it's quite interesting. We are in interesting times. We are in very, very interesting
and especially
times.
They're both women, so yes. That makes it
very,
very I mean, you see, looking at it from their point of view, I can understand why they're doing that. The Scottish people are doing that because, you see, not too long ago, they fought for what they wanted. Some of them wanted independence.
Yeah.
Fortunately for them, you know, the vote went against them. And you remember how loads of these big politicians trooped to Scotland to try to convince them that, united we stand and all that.
Yes.
And then afterwards, you put in Brexit. I don't believe it was their idea from the word.
But you see, you Richard, I know where you are coming from because you are biased. You want to remain
no.
This is an opportunity. You want to use this as a backdoor to go in. That is not where I'm coming from. I'm coming from a principal point of view that she is entitled to a referendum for independence of Scotland, so she can go. As to whether she will be able to rejoin Europe again is another matter. Now, if they vote to leave now, and she says, okay, we've left. Let's assume it tomorrow. Theresa May say, okay, hey, Scotland, go and vote. Decide what you want. If you want to leave, leave. And they leave, and they are already out of Europe because the argument is that currently Scotland is, once Article 50 is triggered and it is agreed, Scotland is also part of United Kingdom, so they are out of Europe automatically.
Absolutely.
So if they leave Britain, it means they are out of Europe and they are out of Britain. They are an independent nation, so they now have to reapply to join Europe again.
They become like
Latvia and any other country, which is okay. All right, we see how that works out. Would that be possible? That I cannot foretell. We leave that. But as for the procedure, it is within her right to ask for it. Anyway, Richard, tonight we have a law. Mr. D.
Yeah, carry on.
Yes.
I'll be making some.
I have announced that we might be having a guest on our show tonight, live from Ghana, a very important personality for that matter. So I'm dropping a few hints here and there. And tonight is a special one. So we'll be going in our local language as well to accommodate our listeners because we need to make sure that you come for sweetie. No more today, can I say? You know, say United Kingdom.
I'm sure she's even listening to us. I said
you United Kingdom and yet you Bruni Chrome, dear, by a Kangana Sem. It's fair. I'll make a tree. I'm feeling, Massa. Bro, was over conquire
sometimes.
Thank you. Almost said him, she can't conquire. Bruni. Buruni because you are waffling around. So what you say? You are waffling around. But you know, me my me who as well bad just like that. So waffling around.
It's probably within your area that who says it so.
I say your dialects. Let me do some. I'm a many declaration. May a Bruni.
Okay.
No, I am not a Bruno.
And then Trina as
a Trino. So I can't know. Your motivations be brave. Your Bruno, your Asante Tree, your Fancy, your Yapim. So what is
Zima crabs and
Zima for the end of the year, editing to the one way I won't see.
Okay. So
if you phone now to the old. Until I can know various dialects.
Okay.
Now they are prominent Asante Tree.
Another crapim tree.
A crapim tree actually a prominent by a new say Ashanti Tree. So what I say, into no a Bruno me side, no a Bruno ebe makes me tree be on one. We were influenced with a heavily influenced.
Okay.
With Bruno.
And to make a quine a broker.
A Bruno.
Okay.
Abro for your terms be Bramianco. Bessenemianco. So what I say, into
as Nina say, Kankasano.
Nina Kankasana. And it says Scotland or can I say no? I Newcastle English. Geordie. Or can why what is why won't say, but why means are you alright? Why so the broth for pan or can it's no sanity. But what I'm trying to point is say waffling no. Maybe once and a waffle in the air,
okay.
But my companion, it came just like that.
Naturally.
Sano. Into no see a map and yes, you casa and a program.
And you say, where okay, who can't see ye Ghana? Ye casa, and I say, I can't casa, and I say, Krum Casana, and ya can casa. Oh, and you may be hammer or Ghana hormone, not saying MPB now. One of these new MPCB. Yeah.
Massa. MP no. Woman say, or a hairdresser, say, or a thing, or a hairdresser. And walk away day, walk contested. And we beat Baba Jamal constituency Akotia.
Yeah.
No independent celebration or commerce speech. Oh, bro, for Yanni Casa.
Yeah.
No, I can't bro for no amount for a hey, to be in Ewo. Yantiasia. Okay, I said program is we are Casa into the Yanka Kulu Casa Parliament.
Yeah. Because we contract parliament. So I said, that's all trees under schools.
Yo.
Now, Okoka and some fast size, nay, and 1 size. Now, to me, Casa Wabra only Krum Casa or Massa. What I was asking myself that this man trying to pronounce the word no Okoka and some fry size, no Kodibano. Now, honestly, only Krum Casa or Hona. Kobet me a can kama, how many parties, you know. Must not mean Timmy once. So why do you have to deny your own dialect? And then speak a dialect that you cannot pronounce those words. And see, I'm happy to say what this guy will say about now.
I was here.
My friend is saying one thing and say until such a time say you put in place enoma like to translate language, you know, into different, you know, dialects, you know. As of now, we don't have it. You understand? See, Parliament as it is, you know. You need that facility, you know. The facility to translate.
How could you have how could you have a facility for speaking English and you can't have facility for speaking your own
dialect? What I'm saying is they haven't made any provision in Parliament now. We bet me a different language.
So is that what I'm saying? How could you?
When are they going to make it?
So you see, yeah, and then the question I was saying, or more documents that they are looking at, you know, are you saying that all the documents need to be translated to different languages?
It doesn't really matter whether the document should be translated or not. Okay. Now, is there any rule that an MP must be English educated?
No, there isn't.
Thank you.
There isn't.
The rule is that adult and capable of voting.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or contesting. Yes. So say or no nipa pena. I will say a man of Quina Casa or person or can Casa or Parliament. But be also Quabontin be and also can the Krum Casa or can the Krum Casa. Okay, being in Parliament doesn't mean say I will say a whole camera for and as a Quabontin or common speech or so or camera for.
No, you see,
the audience no claw into
are we talking about somebody what say? Kasano, I want to mean can. And I said, will be a want to cry. And I said, everything he said, like, stick someone like a credit or not Parliament. No one to cry.
What's the way or to bro? What's it? Yes, I want to.
No, I'm not talking, me single out anything. I'm just talking in general. Are we talking about beer? On to cry and answer beer. Or see,
the issue is that as long as the Constitution, look, in our Constitution, does it prevent? Is there any clause?
No, there isn't.
If there isn't any place there,
there isn't.
I can't define who is qualified to speak in this language or who is not qualified to speak in this language. Who ni pana oko parliament or no? Also whom say you present yourself to your people, and your people say yes, we like you. At the end of the day, you are going to represent your people there. You are a legislator for your people. Say any pan in the vote tomorrow. Or move vote tomorrow, or moon said you sit here, and yet tomorrow.
So on quiet day. That's a question.
On quiet day. Only your map ship between you. Only see your man name war. Into a young media. Only Jenna Hokasamo.
Exactly.
Say, maybe
so, maybe another problem with Robert Mississippi. Only now, more.
Yes.
See, a share maybe on the Becassa more. So, you see, the current system that we have, since you don't have a staff facility to translate to other languages, the only one that we have until such a time now, staff facility, we put those facilities in place. English in Kwana,
but and a economy problem.
It is a
problem. It is
that's what. So who change the argument? Need to I can agree with you.
Something must be done.
Exactly. I agree with you. When you say that, there's someone called.
Yes, sir.
When you say that, I will agree with you.
Okay. Steve, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Mike.
Mr. Dave.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Mr. Dave.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you also hear me?
The volume's a bit down for Steve.
Steve, I'm trying to get your volume up.
I can hear you guys.
Hello, Steve. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Great, thank you. We couldn't hear you in the studio. That's why.
Okay.
Sorry about that. All right. So we've started a program, and as usual, we're back to Ghana, and we are talking about this issue of I
was following it. That's why I decided to call you.
Me feel say we are MP. What a brofo, won't brofo. Nakasa o can Robert Tono. Why can't you speak that language? I think one of the MPs should start doing that now.
No,
okay,
you see,
nothing prevents them from doing that.
I have made
and let's see what will happen.
I've made a point. I'm going to make it. I agree with you when you say we with immediate effect we put in place measures to ensure MPs can speak in a language that they are comfortable with and have it translated. You understand? As it happens, like they do in EUs and have a translation if they have to. So, if an MP wants to speak in a language other than English, then obviously the people have to have the earpiece on to have the translation done as they speak. That would have been the perfect solution. But until such a time that we have that facility in place, then this argument that we're having, we can't have it yet.
No.
We can advocate.
I agree, but the point is that when would that facility come? Because if if everyone is speaking English in Parliament, then they are not going to ever have that facility. There will be no need for them because everyone speaks English.
It comes to the question of how many translations are you going to have? Because don't forget, we have members of Parliament from all across the country, and there are different languages. Different spoken languages.
My brother.
The question is, in as much as
yes,
one second, Steve. In as much as English, Chi is a predominantly spoken language in Ghana, and other languages that are spoken in Ghana. If somebody, let's say somebody from somewhere in the north, K to South speaks in a dialect different from anybody else,
yes,
and we don't have a translation for that. How is the rest of them going to?
See what you are saying. Sometimes when you look at the issue from a distance, it's a big issue. Like if you sit down and you want to look at it and work on it, you can do it.
Thank you.
There's nothing that is impossible as far as a nation we are concerned. Because we go for election, we vote in the whole of Ghana.
Yeah.
And then all the people who living in Ghana, no matter the language that they speak, they pay tax.
Yeah.
So why is it that when we are thinking of speaking a language that the people understand, we are now thinking about who is going to translate it? If we decide to do it, we can do it.
You can do it.
It's not. This shouldn't be a rocket science.
And this is to add to what you are saying. There may be advocate say obi an shasia. So what
I'm a problem.
I'm your problem.
They won't solve
the problem. Because, yes.
So obi an shasia no so not on the far side of the equation, because if you are looking at it, Right now, the law and the policy of use of parliament on say use English. That is what is there.
But nothing stops them.
It is not the law.
Nothing stops them.
That's the official language of use of parliament. Right now, whatever they are doing in the parliament is a communication. So this always is here no free no so to mean English into our language need translator. He may be making a very good point, but their communicating will be into us here. What becomes of it?
Exactly
so in that place, in that situation, we need to make sure that we are going to implement it. So we get translators.
But
because when you go to world international programs, they go translators, and people come and speak all kinds of languages. They translate it, everybody understands it.
Okay.
And then at the end of the day, we all dissolve and go away and take the lessons learned and move on. This argument has been done on this station before.
Yeah.
And that day, I was for, so when you use your local language, there are a lot of problems that we are having in Ghana, even when it comes to our studies. It's because of English.
Yeah.
It's just because of English.
But isn't it the same thing?
English ni asama no. Kansa metra no ne mother tongue ne. Obe yini nyina no am sisi a. Who the go for pe no aye bi.
But the same thing that we have number of MPs sitting in the parliament. At the end obeto I feel on can assembly or make point there no raise point there ewo parliament just because focus on our want to make an intro.
Yeah, that's what we are saying. So
you see that so we have them there. They can't speak the English language.
It means
parliamentarians, they know what is right. They can say from now onwards, we are too about we are. You mean say obi free South Tomba or can't ever or ban of the Canberra, we should get a translator there. That whatever will be the translating language, you will translate it to everybody, and then we go on.
Thank you.
It's something
so
that we
this
decide
is
to
something
we can do.
they can resolve it. Now, maybe problem they say the didn't America say someone must start from somewhere.
I agree with you. Yeah.
We all know what is going on. Say any parliamentarians, no elites, now, they can speak English fluently, and your problem, man. Pushes hard,
That's right.
You receive a parliament or crowd or a boy.
Yes.
So what you're saying. However, Obi sorry to see I know say okay, obey any maiden speech. Mr. Speaker, wow, majority, me constituency, one more to my parliament.
Yes.
Yes. May me campaign man camp of one to be other.
Yes.
Door to door, tree na make. It is my bedroom parliament na me by speech. I didn't say me tree. Me make am mami nwie me patch. My good mami nwie. Nti me kasa made make any because tree no enye banned in parliament. No I can. Now Okana speaker see any facility because a ban and say speaker can say there's no facility to translate that. No I refer the back say as a paint that ben Albania facility no. And yet next time no provide the facility because make enonko am sorry enonko an kasa me pese me den make masa so mo sha say push here it will work and the media must help. That is why we are starting because and they won't do anything about it. We need to put pressure on them to start allowing that. In South Africa, they speak their local languages in parliament. In South Africa,
no, it's not out of context, but the fact is this. Parliament is a house of laws. When everything they do, they right from the entrance to your leaving, is all bounded by the laws. It is almost as a language, the mode of communication there is English. And when you were coming to Parliament, you know all these things. So some of these things, in as much as you say radically, we still need to go through the process.
No, but we have to resolve.
We have Parliament. Next speaker, you can't talk.
Of course, I agree.
You can't talk. So if you decide to stand up and start speaking a local language, next speaker just sit down. That's it. You are bad. No, but your message will not go on record.
You see, you are not helping me solve the problem.
It's
the
not
problem is that the MPs themselves because you've already admitted, say, MPs no woman yet, a few ne won no fi so mote omgrofo no they won't push it, and they are the leadership of parliament. So until say it is a Chrome has say we have the backbenchers. So policy be on say and then humiliating U10 chancellor or about national insurance for the friends increase for self-employed. Okay, and your labor could put you pressure, and you're no one the backbenchers because almost say almost breaking promise.
Yeah.
When they went round campaigning at the doorstep, they shared leaflets say we will never increase taxes. They became on under this parliament, and I have a copy of those leaflets in my house. Those almost drop leaflets say no taxes throughout the parliament. I feel here, what is a year bar? What increase tax? Into so why increase tax? One say reverse. I don't know. Hey. 1 week I'm no assistant again. Or say what withdraw and go ye. Okay, where you within revolution in parliament there. This is what I want to see people come together.
Yeah, but Mike, so if you are using this one as an example, so the same thing, the parliament themselves should start a process. It's not standing up on the floor of parliament to start using a language that wouldn't officially. It's not accepted. You have to go through your channel.
When you say it's
you have
not
to go
accepted,
through
please,
their leadership
let's
to
correct
discuss
something
this,
here.
and it will be tabled on the parliament, on the floor of parliament. Say, these are the concerns that some people are raising, and we think that it's very necessary to see a better deal with. And then at the end of the day, they will debate it, they will vote on it. Everything that goes onto the floor, it will be voted on. So who could vote? In fact, 20, everyone today. No people voting. I said majority of them says no, we won't go for it. That's the reason.
No, but I think you see, nothing prevents that process from starting. I want that process to be initiated. If it will take this latest issue about the Akwatia MP to initiate that process again, let us do that because I am all for it, sir. And yes, parliamentarians will come on your way.
No, one out the workshop they are some American. We know we are again. It's just the process that you want to take, and I'm all for saying you see a language in the floor of parliament. And it's not about only one language. Maybe I say, obiti to me. Now they are voting for
your friend is saying JB Dankwa, UGCC, and your friends say CPP. Independence now. And UGCC independence for the shortest possible time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm all for it. Just the process.
Process, no, I maybe process here. In commercial campaign, no, or see a shot here. So I say hashtag let's speak local language in parliament. Because I don't know the campaign here.
I don't know the campaign, but before you were coming to the parliament, you knew that the mode of communication was English. It's there already.
We know that.
So
are you saying,
if you want to change, go through due process.
What is the due process?
That's the due process. Table it before parliament to be debated on. Me and vote you on it. Then if you vote to change it, you change it.
No, you see, but there is an issue here. It is not like a law. We don't have a law there saying that you cannot speak a local language in parliament. It is just that we all have the common language that we speak, which is English, because it is the official language and we record in the Hansard. It makes the recording easier for those doing the Hansard. This is the issue there. And over the years, this issue has been raised. And you all know, sir, it's likely say vote against it. So we will go around in circles. It will never happen.
Right.
So it means
but you know that Ghana, we are in a democratic rule of law. In this case, say that's a new majority say MPP. Net kakadi so MPP. They should rise up and make noise okay because of some MPP. Some go to about parliament when I still it votes against saying using local language. That's it. Our representative have voted for it, and that's it. And this is what I'm not passing loans. I'm do majority pass loans. You may have so much passing. So that's the rule of law. That's where we have decided to go. See, at the end, once a majority is there, no. So say majority in Babati we will follow that. Yes, we will be living in a kangaroo system where people will just do anything because they think they have the muscles, which shouldn't be the case.
And Mike, I'm also looking at the practicality of these things. How are you going to, let's say for argument's sake, agree, sir, Obibetimiaka language in Parliament.
I think there are some languages that you can speak in Parliament. It's enshrined in law. There are specific languages that you can speak, local languages. I think the
question I'm able to say is how are you going to?
Why can't this?
Master, they can get interpreters in Parliament.
Hold on.
Actual interpreters, so many earpiece technology now.
Yeah.
Master,
even they have sign
language. They commission Ghanaian university tech boys here.
Yes.
They will come out with a nice piece of equipment to translate all the languages. They can do it.
Oh, right.
So what you say?
So now, you are for technology to friends to translate it.
There's no way that we can promote technology.
Okay. The argument, the first argument you made is a normal campaign, let's say in Chile, local language. And then when the parliamentarian parliament, he wants the parliamentarian wants the people, their people to understand them. Is that not?
Yeah, and also part of it.
So let me give you an example. For argument's sake, you have someone from somewhere in the Volta region that comes to Parliament and they decide to speak in their language in Parliament, live in Parliament. Now, are you saying that person is speaking to just parliamentarian, and then his people in the Volta region, or to the whole Ghanaian?
Or contribute to a discourse, a discussion in Parliament? That person is representing the Volta region people. Into whatever that person is saying, in the name of
what happened to the rest of the people in the country who don't understand the language and Nipaneka? Because
that's why we have the translation.
The translation. No, one second. The translation that you're talking about, they're translating using an earpiece. Yes. But what about those listening to the Nipaneka?
But the people.
Come on.
Hold on.
Then what's the whole point?
Okay. Will these people will they understand him if he goes to the Parliament and doesn't say anything because he cannot speak the English language? Is it his people going to benefit from that, or the whole nation going to benefit from that? If he speaks his own dialect.
Thank you, Mr. D.
Yeah, but what are we talking about? Are we talking about just the person satisfying his people, or speaking to the whole language for everybody in Ghana to understand them? Is that what we're talking about?
He represents his constituents, not the whole nation.
Because of the people.
Exactly.
Or MP because of
the
whole nation. No. The whole nation is the president. Or your MP because of the people.
And how do you expect the Hansa to capture that?
Hansa to capture that.
The Parliament doesn't forbid. Parliament doesn't forbid whichever language that he's speaking there.
No. I'm saying, how do you expect the Hansa to capture that?
How do they
translation capture?
How
would they do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they can do it.
We are having a discussion.
It's a matter of recording it and then translating it. Can they do that?
Translating it.
Yes.
Master, technology can do everything.
You see, Mike.
So how do they capture issues in international conferences?
You are trying to solve one problem and then create another problem. What I'm saying is, if you say anybody can come to Parliament and then they can speak in a language that they're very comfortable with,
and yet in a language, the designated languages
let's say designated language that they're comfortable with, and then reason being, their people need to understand what they're saying, and they need to be comfortable. And then you have all these earpiece that translate whatever they are saying into English for everybody else, because the translation will be done in English. I can't foresee the translation done in a local dialect that somebody else wants. It will be done in English.
Yeah.
Good. And then those in Parliament will understand what this person is saying. What about the rest of us who will be listening to them, either on radio, on TV?
If you are listening to the radio, if you are listening to news and it's done in the other national languages, they do translation in a particular language. So
Thank you.
I'm talking about live program. What are you talking about? I'm talking about live program.
Can they translate live programs?
Yeah,
they can put live programs. They can put what you call it, I don't know, my friends, the text. Subtitles.
Those ones are no issues.
If you talk of subtitles, if you talk of
they want to do what
you are talking of subtitles. See, what about the one listening to it on the radio there?
Massa.
I said they would translate live programs. They do translation.
No, can it be?
They do voiceover. We call it voiceover.
Do we interpret anything to the person in love? And do we?
Yeah.
Or can it be not on the baby? Jifatibo, ex-minister. Sa brofo no asema ko kan language. O kan woni krom kasem. Wan kan brofo mu.
Oh really?
I ni krom kasem no ko kan wan ka wo brofo mu. Ni krom kasem me interpretation afi na man for say oh, ebi no interpreting wrong, ebi are interpreting the same. Ni krom kasem no e den. O kan asem. And she flowed very well. No kan asem.
But yet still the people in the north understood that, and then it became a problem.
It became a problem. The people in the voter.
No, in the voter.
No. What I'm saying, the whole nation got to hear that.
No, because it was translated.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Into English.
And into Tree too.
So you see, the make kind of say. So what you are saying is we are trying to solve Maccabi. We are trying to solve a problem, but then we will be creating another one. So as
we have to solve that one that will be created. There must be a solution to every problem here.
As this person is speaking in Parliament, and then let's say everyone is tuning, listening from different parts of Ghana. You still talked about voiceover. So in that case, every radio station needs to get someone that will translate.
What is wrong with that?
Every radio station.
What is wrong with that? That is job creation.
No. So what?
That is job creation.
You see, we talk of the originality of somebody's word. So what's the translator? What's the translator gets it wrong and then says something?
If the translator gets it wrong, it's wrong.
You need to avenge yourself in a way.
Listen,
that is not the problem that I brought out. You talked about the solution to it.
Don't make this become a rocket science. It's happening now.
Station piano and your voice voiceover.
Richard.
Richard,
but
what
UN conference, they do it. It's doable.
But you are arguing that your point is that because of a problem that will arise as a result of we allowing people to speak in the language they are comfortable in, which is acceptable in Parliament, we shouldn't implement that because of that problem. Because someone will misinterpret what or mistranslate. No matter brofo kwa kano. Maybe tonight na me catch say I'm really struggling
in
brofo. What do you understand by that? Because a sign repeat is at the church will be what is the mechanic say. Won't say because you interpret, you will explain it in a way Americans that is not what I meant. Brofo kwa no, you speak English. I'm out for making statements.
And in fact,
when this paper not take words out of the mouth, and yet your person.
And in fact, what this guy said, President Mahama was.
So you see,
hold on, please. When this guy said President Mahama was trying to solve the problem of trees under schools, we understood exactly what he wanted to say.
Yes,
didn't we?
We did.
You know.
All right, gentlemen, let's move on, please. Yeah. Let's move on. Tonight we have 50 deputy ministerial appointments out.
Okay.
And I think there's an additional 4 substantive ministers of state. So 50 deputy ministerial. Is this justified? Are we having a big bloated government?
Can I go first?
Abranti, why are you ready? Go first. Okay. Go first. What's your point?
Before I go to the main there's something that I find very troubling.
Okay.
What I mean is there's a trend via ECOSWA at the moment.
Yeah.
Since this new government took over power.
Yeah.
A government that's supposed to be competent, a government that called the past government incompetent, incompetent. If you look at everything that's coming out from the Flagstaff House or Jubilee House in terms of appointment and so on, everything seems to be leaked.
Yeah.
Ministerial positions, everything, they seem to come out before the actual
we live in a technological age. That's what is happening in the United States. Trump's White House, BBBA leaky just like that.
BBBA leaky to the extent said Independent Day speech, the president was supposed to speak or no. That speech was leaked.
Do you know why?
Why?
I'm sure we feel Flagstaff House on office be our own party, be our own Look, I don't have a big issue with the matters.
You see, if you follow,
Steve, there's some feedback in the system. If you want
I'm not sure. Is it still the same?
Yeah, it's okay now. Yeah.
Yeah, if you follow even what happened with the appointment, a so-called appointment not supposed to go to Sir John, for instance. The reason why he thought he got it was because he was late. And the same with
the reason why he thought he got it.
Well, he thought he was going to be given that appointment was because he was late. The reason he thought, because I don't think there's anyone in the Flagstaff House actually, or the president himself actually told him that he's going to go to Gapoha.
Oh no! Before they do that, they tell you. Before he makes that point, he doesn't just get up and then call you that, hey, you. They call you and tell you.
Trying to suggest that Nana informed Sir John that he was going to get the appointment.
Oh yes.
Okay.
No,
what he's trying to say.
What you are now bomb across.
What Richard is trying to say, maybe because it was leaked. That's why he, Richard.
No.
So you're saying,
Sir John knew he was pressing down for Gapoha.
The president told him that he
was going to, and then he told him back, say, look, sorry. According to Sir John, he went there when he heard that he was going there. He went to Gapoha, had a look at him and realized that the office he's going to sit in was going to be close to the sea. I think maybe your hotel was there.
I know the name
Why is it Semquak?
No. You see,
seriously,
because
you see,
I don't get.
You know something? We have to start taking these politicians by what they say. We don't have to say Semquak.
Mike. Last year we were all here. Yeah. Last year, when the former president Mahama, his speech, Independence Day speech, the brochure, with all the problem. Nobody got hold of the speech now, don't make here, Independence Day. Yes, still, they were called incompetent. And then the new government comes in, a government that's supposed to be competent. Your speech, your speech get leaked to the media, to a lot of people, even before you actually come out to read your speech.
Yeah. And they give it out. It's not leaked.
Oh,
see, it's a new system I doctor. They give it out, and they give all those things out. So who do you think leaks it?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
And then because almost Daily Guide. Who owns Daily Guide?
Mike.
Tell me who owns Daily Guide.
Okay, say Freddie Blade.
Thank you. Who is Freddie Blade? He's the chairman of MPP.
So you're happy with that?
If they are not happy with that, they would have stopped that. So what I say, if they are not happy with that, it will stop. I think what they are trying to say is that we have nothing to hide. We are human beings. We are in the era of transparency. And if there is any information out there, we are going to discuss this, and my speech comes out. At the end of the day, he's going to read it out. If information may be wrong, and sometimes the reason why they tend to leak some of this information, like a policy, then they will leak the policy. So we and this is my own speculation. I'm not speaking on any of
Well, I think that will be tested the waters.
Thank you. But you may be out there because I don't think it should. My worry is not that. I don't get me worried.
Okay, all right. Okay.
I don't get me worried.
I don't worry there. Now let's go to the.
I don't get me worried. Into the massa. Can deputy assembly no ministers say you can't deputy seen in Aboma. We have 110 ministers.
110 ministers.
Okay. Previous governments, now you were about 80, including deputy ministers and regional ministers. So you're looking about 89.
Yeah.
So what you say? Last government, name say 89. It's a shoot to 110.
Yeah. Mike, also, if you remember, if you call her, when the president came up with the 36 substantive ministers,
Yeah.
and then some newly created
Master,
ministries.
keep your thoughts. Keep your thoughts. Therefore, you are still tuning to Crossfire on Africanna Radio. We are broadcasting live from Bedford, and our studio lines are open. The mobile number or WhatsApp line is 07473 865 402. 07473 865 402. We also have a landline that you can call in and contribute. That's 0122 3926 804. 0122 3926 804. We're also broadcasting live on Facebook, Africanna Radio on Facebook, and also our YouTube channel is Africanna Radio as well. Those who are listening via online radio, you get us on the TuneIn app, tunein.com, or you can download our Africanna Radio app from the Google Play Store. It's Crossfire. Go ahead, my brother.
You see, when that first the ministerial appointment came out, and we got that 36, there were new creation of new ministry, and you know, a lot of people spoke about it, and I said, okay, you know, let's just wait and see, because the president had a specific task, or he wanted to perform something special, and then he needed these people to go into some positions.
Yeah.
Good. Now, mate, and not say I create all of these, like having the 36. But then I don't understand how you can put 50 deputy ministers, 50, and there are two of them cry. I for the life of me, you know, I don't get it. Why do you have 3 deputy information ministers,
So
when you also have a deputy communication? You have 2. Communication, you have got 2. And then local government, why do you have 3? Yeah, local government, you have 3. What for? And then you also have 1 deputy minister for your friend is regional integration and a sister account.
Monitoring, so one or
monitoring. Why do you even need a deputy minister for monitoring and evaluation? Why?
so that they can go around and monitor.
So why didn't we get one for your friend is saying Zongo development?
What's that?
Okay,
be sure. Let's wait here. You see what this man has got to offer Ghanaians. I think they're numerous. You know, so he's the first president. What about was say, one district, one factory, one whatever.
One district factory.
That's right. We Sajma was saying that project was saying you don't need this one person to monitor it.
Yeah, but I thought we had loads of other ministers or more yet to build.
I don't think Nana Akufo-Addo, the president, is just happy just creating this ministerial appointment without having the reason why he's doing that.
Well, I would like to know the reason. The reason behind the 3 information ministers, deputy information ministers. I really want to know that. I can understand finance is a broad one. I can understand that. A ministry like energy, for instance. You know, energy, we used to have petroleum and energy, and now it's combined. Yeah. I can understand that one. Yeah, because it's a massive ministry.
Yeah.
So if you have 3, I haven't got an issue with that. Agriculture, for instance, cocoa board has also come under agriculture, so I can also understand that. I don't have an issue with that. Even education, if he had 3, education, he had
very
2.
Important. Yeah,
he had 2. Even there, he only had 2. And then there's a
so you are calling for one more.
No, Minister of State. There's another.
Nana, how education deputy. I remember good ideas.
And also, so I can understand that. But I don't get why we have 3 deputy information ministers. 3. I don't get
information.
Your friend is saying local governments. 3, you know, I don't get it. Even finance. Okay, finance, we ain't so sure with the 3, you know. Finance, we probably need 2.
Hey, finance is here.
I know me ain't so sure.
Now,
yeah. And why do you even need when you go to
let me put my thoughts here across. what I see is happening is he's been all along throughout his 8 years of opposition, and then the struggle in Ghana. He's been saying so resources in Ghana.
Yes.
Of resources in Ghana. Okay, maybe that was my initial reaction. Even with the initial, your friends, a list of ministers, no, and the deputy, you can't run in the my reaction was I be any or you with there wouldn't be deputies. But then I had to reflect again and say, okay, said all these things are going to be done. The project's campaign promises now. He needs people out there to make sure that they are held responsible and accountable for what is going to be done. Because all these jobs must be done within the next 4 years, or at least there must be concrete evidence say it started, and there is a feasibility say it be say 4 years no crana, or saying another 4 years be more, or the be there all year.
And three information ministers.
Now the information ministry, they need to come out to explain government policy. Now, if you've noticed, NPP is not doing well at all in explaining their policies at the moment. So we can only judge and measure the performance of these ministers after Omwa go into places but he say, he's still in the process of forming his government. So we are not able to get a clear picture of what is going on. Things come, like you're saying, issues are being leaked here and there. Information will go if the Hanaba, no way the Abba, no way the Abba. Now that we have 3, we expect everything will be what? Communicated down a line. Pepe. Now say nipa no continue no or kasa with authority, with the facts. I am expecting a situation where transparency beba. All these ministers must be abreast with. So who your communication now your deputy maybe finance matters in no one will report on that. Now say you devote your time, anything about finance, I will report on. Anything about say education, I report on. Anything about the rest of the ministries in government, I report on. Or when the government machinery so Eugene or young boy that they said Eugene or any allow that to happen because we need transparency and we need quick reaction. You see, the amount corruption festa Ghana. You can't no the perception. Transparency International for more corruption survey. We have Freddie calling. Them say Freddie intimate Fred Ewa.
Is he on the?
Yeah, he's called the mobile. Hello, Freddie.
Yeah. Freddie.
Yeah, Freddie. Can you hear us now? Good.
It's a 3.
This is 3.
I was trying to call the landline.
Yeah, we couldn't see that. Sorry.
Are
you okay? Are you okay with the 3? With the 3?
Oh yeah, that's fine. I don't know whether you got the line.
That's fine.
Yeah, we have Steve on the line. So hold on, and we'll go to Steve and we'll come to you. Welcome to CrossFire. It's been a while, Freddie. And listeners, that's the NDC youth organizer in London for CrossFire.
Mike, I'm still not convinced why we need 3 deputy information ministers.
The mention say we need a situation where when issues come up, they will react to it and tell us, come out and then give that information out, explain policies. Let's see how it goes. If the 3 are just sitting there doing nothing, then that is why I'll have a problem. So what you say, but if all these people, my only problem is that how is he going to monitor all these what you call the performance of 110 ministers?
Well, he has a senior minister there. That would not be his part of his job.
So, and then I'm making 110 ministers. How do you monitor them? That is my only worry now. The ministers themselves need monitoring.
So maybe I probably get why you got a deputy minister monitoring evaluation.
So what you say to monitor the performance.
But still, local government and Ministry of Information. I don't get why we needed 3. No one can. I'm still not convinced. I mean, you need to. I'm not
Richard,
convinced.
I am trying to make sense out of it. But
it doesn't make any
Richard
sense.
Richard is out there. Richard, if you have any information,
Richard, the MPP
yes, he's the secretary, and
because it doesn't make sense.
Steve, let's hear from you, Steve.
Whatever we have been advocating for in the past, during the NDC time.
Yeah.
That we were talking about that it wasn't good. I don't think overnight, when we see it happening, we can say that it's good because we just wanted NDC out of the system. No. What is wrong before, what was wrong that time, is still not good now.
Yeah.
I know that the MPP talked much about even the size of the government during NDC time. And now, this time, the MPP government is not even the same size as the NDC, but is much more. And when Richard was talking, I was listening.
Yeah.
Look at the number of deputy ministers, three for certain ministries, about 5 ministries.
Okay.
About 5 ministries are having 3 deputy ministers each. And fine, we can say, no, that there is nothing to bar the president from choosing as many as.
Hold on, Steve. Hold on, Steve. Freddie, can you hear him now?
Well, I'll try to see if I can hear you.
Okay, that's as far as we can go.
There's nothing to bar the president from choosing as many as he wants. But we have this saying that all things are permissible to me, but not all of them are expedient.
Yeah.
The president himself is saying that our nation, we don't have enough money, we don't have this, we are broke basically. So loading all these people into government and then coming to spend with all the projections and everything that he says, oh, I want to do that. Is he saying that we want to do that just with the numbers? I just don't get it, because it's not the numbers per se that will see the kind of promises that he has made be materialized. Even if you have the lean government and the people are working effectively and they are efficient, something can come out of it than just putting so many, because at the end of the day, the problem or the tendency to happen is that we may have the people sitting there, but much work will not be done, looking at the number. So this thing, seriously,
I also have a problem with the monitoring. How do you monitor? Like I said, how do you monitor it?
So it will come out with a whole lot of things. Because putting so many of them there, what? If you need the work to be done, you can touch one person and then you give the person all the necessary resources. You build the capacity of the person goes there, do the job. Putting so many people there, is it that we are lacking the people? That's why the nation is not developing, or because the resource is not there. Put all these people there. If they don't get the resource to do the work, it's the same thing. So I don't get it. Like, at least Ghanaians are voted for change. So all of them are just quietly looking at the thing. But it's not for me. I don't get it.
Don't you think we have to allow, say, 6 months and see how the performance of these deputy ministers, what they do, and the ministers?
I think it's too early for us to
it's true that we can say that we want to leave, but all the time.
No, I am not entirely happy. I'm not entirely saying that it is a right, and I'm saying that the vision, the idea behind that, because it's something extremely extraordinary. Let's put it that way. It's not normal to have 50 deputy ministers and then almost 40 substantive ministers.
Ministers.
Now, the other question I ask myself, how about cabinet? Because the constitution says about 19.
After the cabinet is there, it's 19.
19.
You can't increase
so only 19 in cabinet.
Yeah.
And yet you have so many ministers. Why? Let's bring Freddie on board, please. Let's bring Freddie on board. Freddie.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. How are you, my friend?
I'm fine.
Nice one.
Fine.
And you may a country so far, I mean, 2% country are you free?
Oh,
Overcome my tongue, so out to make her.
I'm not
I'll say a country now, my side here.
Oh, Freddie, you are so diabolic, man.
Anyway, thank you. Good evening to another video. I think in the first place, Ghanaians voted for change, and this is the change that they have, this is the change that they are getting. But you tell me that the country of 25 million people, you need to get 110 ministers, 216 district officers, DCs, MCs. We have various regional education director, so.
Freddie.
Yes.
Before I let you go on, just answer this question for me. When will you say something, just something good, just one thing good under this government? Just one thing good.
One thing good.
Yes.
Oh, if you are telling me it's too early to say that, then it's too early to for me to say that. Then that's the point. The point is, me personally, irrespective of whether it is WP, I've never supported a massive government. Like, for instance, we need to get so many people in government. I believe that even regional ministers, I think that even one person can also be a regional, only one person, not even no deputy. We have various district directors and also regional directors. So even some ministers, you could even get rid of the deputy. Now, you're telling me you need 3 deputy information ministers, 3 deputies. Now, we have reached the press of various ministries. That's what they tell what's happening at their ministry. Now, they're telling me you need 3 deputies, plus the Minister of Information. You have Eugene issuing statements for the president. You understand? So you ask yourself, what information are they sharing? Now that we have social media, so what information are you sharing? You understand? In terms of the local government, now you remember this guy, that's the regional integration. He came through the Ministry of Local Government, and even with that one, but they still have a deputy minister. Railways, they have 2 deputy ministers for only railways. So they have
Masa,
deputy ministers.
hold on, Freddie.
Yes.
If in 4 years' time we have railway lines, or in 8 years' time we have railway lines scattered across the whole of Ghana, and rail transport is actually booming, then there will be justification for those ministers.
Absolutely.
So,
let me tell you something. If that's the case, then there's no point of even allowing. But the point is, look at their track record. They were the same party they came to power. They will concern those ways for my grand for even the railways that was started and was being sold. Now, I'm just here, I can watch it. They set our aviation ministry whereby the current attorney general was the minister of aviation. What happened? Aviation collapsed under them. Don't also let us forget that Africanna never appointed his so-called independent prosecutor. Even that one guy will come with everything. So the ministers will keep on increasing.
Actually, that's the only one I'm waiting for now. All these ministers, when I go through and I don't see the special prosecutor, I'm like, what is going on?
Well, with all these ministers, they are going to invest $5.2 million on them every year. And with this Article 71 personnel, every year their salary increase. Yeah. So I really going to have a huge government expenditure of all those people. But look, let me give you more statistics here. One of the things that annoys me, right? If you look at various budget allocations, if you look at a ministry like a ministry of fisheries and agriculture, the budget allocation for the whole year is 3.19. I don't want to go through it, but at least 3.1 million. Budget for tourism, for instance, 4. Budget for Ministry of Water and Sanitation, 3.9. Ministry of Works and Housing, 1.4 million. Ministry of Roads and Highways that we are talking about, 1.5 million. The whole year. And you have the whole only ministers earning $5.1 million. $236 billion, 23 million, the current Ghana. Now, you're telling me that you want to get all these things and infrastructure like the ministries that are responsible for infrastructure, at least you can talk of education, you can talk of water, that at least we need infrastructure for those activities. The budget allocation does not even amount to half of that means the minister's salary and the money allocated to the presidency. The money allocated to the presidency is different from the money that need to get various allocations in order to bring up higher all those things. Both economy. Those money are not going down. I don't understand.
Okay, so the issue is that here, Freddie.
In this case, you need to find out if the same man who was saying protect the country first, therefore, I don't know, therefore, my mom, look at the appointment now. Yes, the whole ministry, those very ministries in the region, that's what they are about. I mean, I think that's what I mean. Everything I'm going to put that in shame. Some people are there shame. Yes, I can't share the case. I know for that I the case. No.
You Okasa kama pa by this point, because when you relate
the point is we remember who the ministers do private sector. Not all the countries are open still salary to Soprana and get fine. But put your president Mahama Tabu. Although the salary of the ministers get that is 10% say for 6 for
you know, Freddie,
Money landed, my friend, in the point. Freddie, finish your point. Wrap up.
Freddie. When you talk of that 10%, we all know when they were leaving government, they backdated their salary. They backdated it. So in a sense, that 10% that you're talking about, the 10% that you're talking about was covered by the backdate that they did.
Mahama took the presidency in 2013. He backdated his salary. And he was saying that he's giving 10%. So what?
Yeah, go ahead.
The amount that he backdated the salary to was it need for?
Go ahead, Freddie. But what is the backdating for?
If it doesn't mean so, why will we even think of it? Oh, please. If you are doing it on paper and you don't take anything from it, why will you do it? Don't bring some of these things because we are not just saying it. We mean it.
My brother. Ye captain in the because one study, because we give for one carton with the salary Ghana. Now, maybe what you worry here, budget allocation of various sectors. It's going down. Now, the 1.5 million Ghana system every week, the whole Ghana do 1 year. That is not constructive info.
Freddie, you and I know very well, sir, these budget allocations, they are not given for capital expenditures.
Yes.
It is mainly for, don't use it, say, I don't know, or they call it railway. No.
Yeah.
For salary, workers no salary, and then the day-to-day administration of the ministry, and then setting up policy, go traveling, and then maybe holding conferences and seminars to invite foreign investors. This is what they do. My argument, look, I still have problems with it, but it's at the moment, I am not in a position to evaluate the performance of those ministers. Now, if in 4 years' time, like I said earlier on, and they come to account, and then we realize when they took office as 2 ministers, 3 ministers in the information department, the value for money in terms of their actual work, the value they put in, the effectiveness, and the income that the nation received as a result of, the progress that they made as a result of their work, and far greater than as compared to what we had previously. Okay, 6 months down the line, we can start seeing some progress here. Actually, there were 3 information ministers. Are they actually communicating government policy to us? Are they actually explaining what is happening? So what you say? But if we have 3 information ministers, deputies, plus the substantive 4, plus 2 communication, plus the substantive one, that's 7, okay, plus you deny him, and still we don't have freedom of information or transparency of information, or things happen and it's taking a long time for us to get to know the bottom of it, then that is why we have issues. But right now it's so early. Okay, it's so early to make any clear judgment.
When you talk of it so early, that one we shouldn't go there. Because it's part of our discourse to always keep an eye on the government. So
And
the
again,
moment
I
if the
agree.
government starts thinking and we get a whim of it, we should start discussing it. Else we wouldn't have anything to do. We should just sit down and wait for 4 years before we talk about some of these things.
I didn't. I'm not proposing 4 years. In fact, the maximum I'm look 6 months. And I'm saying, yeah, man.
Yeah,
But the government is not
that's why we talk of opinion. So once the president has brought these things out, as citizens of the land, we also have the right to also discuss.
I agree with
just
you.
share our views that
I am
it's too
not
much.
taking that away at all. To be honest with
They
you, I
have-
agree with you. My only
Yeah,
issue
so-
is I am not able to criticize deeply, okay, go into it clearly because they haven't actually done anything there. They've just been appointed. Into the meaning what this guy is bringing on board. Maybe it will turn out, said 2 months, 3 months down the line, we will see the benefit of it. Like I said, he has a grand design for Ghana. He says it's in a hurry. Yes.
Mr. Ross, you know the president would have done us a very good way by what he was doing before when he called those ministers for the special projects and stuff.
And
He
then
gave
explain them.
reasons.
And explained, yeah.
You see, he gave reasons as to why he has taken these special ministries and then he's putting them into his office. That is it. This time we put 50 people there and that is it. And we are giving room for people to discuss and criticize and say whatever they think. Because before, since 92, we haven't seen such a huge number of deputy ministers before. And that is a room for us to discuss and say that no, this is too much. Because even before, those people who were in 80 or 90 people, we are talking about them. How much more 110? We have to just keep right there and say, oh, because we wanted change and we have changed, so we should do whatever we want. No.
I think we can only wait. I think we can only wait and see why he's done that.
No,
Because
you see, Mike, Mr. D. It's exactly that's exactly the point that Steve is making. You remember when the first ministerial appointment came out, and then people were questioning why he was doing that. I defended it. The reason I was able to defend it was because the president actually took time to explain why he was putting the ministers and then why he was creating these new ministries and so on and so forth. So it was clear for everyone to understand. This time around, no explanation has been given. I don't get why we need 3 deputy ministers for information. I keep saying it. I know I keep repeating myself. I have to keep doing it. I don't understand why we need that. The same for local government. I don't get it. Yeah, there are too many of them. Because you see, when you do that, you give your opponent the chance to say that, oh, it's just job for the boys. It probably might not be the case. But
so there must be some explanation then.
Exactly. You give the explanation.
So
well, at least,
let's see
if
down
nothing
the
we got
line.
information minister. So information minister should come
out and then explain
why the government has taken this path.
I think
if nothing is happening, we will just say whatever
one line of
should be the
argument
case.
that the information minister, that's his name, Mustafa Hamid, has been going on, which I don't really understand is, he says somewhere, I haven't heard him say it myself, but that MPP did not promise a lean government.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing.
And I ask myself, is this something that you have to put out to say? So if MPP did not promise a lean government, is a lean government not a good thing?
But wait a minute,
to begin with,
if people are saying that, if people are quoting him saying that this is what was in their manifesto, or this is what they were saying, and now he's coming to defend, by saying that they didn't promise that.
Yeah,
I don't see the problem with that.
He can defend it.
I have heard
he,
people saying that
they defend that.
No, Mike, that one is in response to people claiming that they promised a lean government, which they did not.
Can you hear us now,
but
Steve?
You see,
sorry, Freddie.
Freddie.
Yeah, can you hear? I was trying to say something. You didn't understand what I was saying.
Oh, sorry. We are talking about. I'm still talking about the.
What I wanted to say was that in terms of the ministries of the social media is now becoming very powerful. There's so many avenues of communication now coming up. So in the next 4 years, in the next 1 year or 2 years, when you see all information coming out, there's no way you have to give credit to the Minister of Information. This is the social media, the information that's now becoming very relevant. The most important thing is that these first 4 ministers will champion Parliament in order to pass this information, right information to, then I applaud them. But if they sit back and always be telling us the government has done this for 4 years, they've done surely well. You understand? Right information, journalists will have access to the president.
Very, you can't say that if you come and say the government has done, because the president has an objective. And depending on the objective that he gives, and that is what they are going to work to. So for that one, you as an opposition person, you can say whatever you like. But if they are meeting the objective and the set targets for their ministry, that's it. It will be marked 100% for the work that they are doing.
I'm saying to you, that's a good information. All the ministries have mixed the press. So they will go there advertise.
Do you think they are going to follow the system that you guys were running?
No, they
mix the press.
No. Was it yesterday or Tuesday? Most of our men had a mixed the press. The local government did the same thing. I think in a week ago or whatever. It's something that is already in the system. And even aside that, the president have this kind of mixed the press thing that they always do. For example, did the same thing, Kufo did the same thing. And I learned that Mr. Ahmed was asking the president. He said that Kufo did the same thing. So these people are coming out, you meet them, you tell you anything, you still have to get 7 ministers. Why? Wasting our money, resources. These are some of the things we need to be talking about. And the most important thing is this, their manifesto. The most important thing was this. This senior minister will say this. And when you ask them, they tell you he's not a successive minister, so he should get it. Now we have ministers of procurement. We have ministers of evaluation. We have ministers of various portfolios. So in that case, when they talk, they'll tell you that they are not a successive minister, so disregard it. And when these ministers also come, they'll tell you I'm not a minister of finance. I'm not a minister. So in what sense are you communicating?
Freddie, you see, I think it's okay for us to criticize the appointments now. I agree with you. I agree with Steve. But in terms of the government machinery as it is now, things have still not taken shape.
Are you sure?
Oh yes.
You brought your first budget and they're telling you it's not taking shape. Wow.
How long did it take Mahama to
don't be like that, because
No, go ahead.
The government is not been in 3 months in government. And what do you expect them to be doing?
It's
finish the work that you guys started.
The government hasn't taken shape at all.
Yeah.
So we need to give some at least 3 months when I want to see all appointments.
At least all the men that the NDC created, they have not even started looking at them yet.
What he says is, the good job that you guys did, they haven't even started.
I didn't say good job, the mess. They created mess.
It's obvious that what President Ahmad did, the Kuba will never do half of it.
We don't know yet. I mean, it's
you don't know yet. You see, a brother said, if you are not buying,
we are sure.
Mama, then
come back.
All right, gentlemen, I want us to move forward.
No. Even one more thing.
When you appoint your money, you bet my criticize.
I want to look at one important one. Ministry of Health. The 2 deputies that we have under health, is any of them a medical doctor?
Ministry of Health.
Yeah.
Why ask that?
You don't necessarily need a medical officer to be a minister of health.
No, but you see.
Kwashiga, NDC time, the minister there. Yes. He wasn't a medical officer, but he was performing really well. He did a good job there.
Yeah, but
so you don't really need a medical officer.
No, you see, look, a whole Ministry of Health.
Yeah,
you have. If I don't know about Kingsley Abuaji, Kingsley Abuaji, is he a doctor?
But do you think you have to?
I don't think.
You guys, you are not giving me. You don't get it. The substantive minister is not a medical person.
Yeah.
If Kingsley Abuaji Jedu is not a medical person, that makes two. Tina Mensah is also not a medical person. So you have three ministers.
Three who don't know anything about medicine.
It still comes back to the question we are asking, that you don't have to be a medical doctor.
You don't have to be.
Oh, come on. When you have two deputies, at least put one medical doctor there.
You don't have to be. It's not all that.
It is only the law.
The ministry is.
Are you telling me that you have to be an accountant to become a minister of finance or something like that? No. You don't have to be an accountant.
Or you have to have a financial background to become a finance minister. You can't.
Who said so? No. Kwasi Botwe was not Kwasi Botwe is a lawyer.
We had this even over here. Even over here, I'm talking about.
Kwasi Botwe is a lawyer, financially the same as Osafo Mafu. Osafo Mafu was an engineer by profession. 1 second. Osafo Mafu was an engineer by profession.
Yes.
An engineer by profession, and then he also did finance. So he has got two in one. Don't tell me that Botwe was.
The point
what you don't get is you have three ministers in health. At least have a medical doctor there. That's what I'm saying.
To do what?
One. Someone who
but
knows
if you go
about
to the ministry, the people who are supposed to be doing the technical job.
This guy, even the recent health minister. What's his name? The former health minister. This guy here. He is a lawyer. He's a lawyer.
What's his name? Alex
Sebefia. Alex Sebefia is a lawyer.
No, but you guys don't. I'm not talking about the substantive minister. I'm talking about the other two deputies.
Okay.
Have one with a medical background. That's what I'm saying.
What is he going to do this medical background over there for?
Oh my goodness.
If you go to the ministry, the chief directors and all the people there, they are and they will be doing the job.
Wait a minute. Maybe Richard is trying to suggest that if these three ministers are in the meeting, maybe one collapses, and then of course, and then of course the medical doctor will be.
I'm actually shocked. I'm actually shocked that you guys don't get the point I'm making. Look.
Listen. So are you saying that if they are not medical officers, is the minister going to be administering drugs and taking care of sick people?
Take a critical look at all these key ministries. At least you have a minister with a technical know-how in charge of one of these ministries. I'm talking about the minister and then his deputies. Now you have a health minister.
You don't need
I
that.
have checked Botwe's profile, yeah? He's currently a lecturer in development economics. But yet, when he was finance minister, all he had was LLB from Legon, LLM from Yale, and a doctorate from Michigan, all in law.
Yeah, but don't forget that Mr. was his deputy. And Mr. the current former vice president.
But what I'm saying is that you don't necessarily have to have. It's only the legal side, that is the attorney general, that you must be a lawyer.
You see, let me tell you something.
Okay. It's only the attorney general that you must be a lawyer.
I'm surprised that you guys don't get.
No, there's a follow energy and power, for instance. Yeah, the ministers who go there with no elective background, they will rely on those so-called technocrats. Now, these guys will come and say, you're not let's do this, let's do that. In that case, the whole country like Ghana for 22 years, you can't solve this. And you think it's a very good opportunity, or you think it's very good. It's hard times we need to start appointing ministers that have a little background for that sector. So when they go to do that, look, they are putting people on check. If you look at Ministry of Finance, for instance, either the person is a banker, accountant, or an economist, why don't we have those at the various ministries? Like Ministries of Energy, for instance.
Okay. Hold on, Freddie. Hold on, Freddie. Oh, Freddie is gone.
Are you there, Freddie?
Hello, hold on. I want to merge now. Here we are. Great. We've merged you. Freddie, we have a caller on the line.
Okay, fine.
You're welcome to Crossfire. Who is this, please?
Yeah, hello, this.
Oh, Phoebe.
Fee. Yes, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good, good. Welcome to Crossfire. Now, Freddie was making a point. Can he finish so that you come in, please? Freddie, can you hear Fifi?
Yeah, I think I heard it.
Yeah, good. Go ahead, Freddie.
Yeah, my point is this. Those ministers that been appointed should never be appointed because they want to occupy the state. They should gladly know the position that they are going to know the kind of job that they are over there. Because if it's somebody with a low background, probably at the ministry, they will rely on what they tell them. In that case, are you championing an agenda to change the country and just going to go to seminars, listen to what they are telling you? I think ministries like energy, for instance, finance, some key ministries have been huge credit to our country. I think in this period, the kind of people we are appointing them. So everybody going there, this of here, minister of there, for the next 4 years, they'll just have their portfolio on the minister of this. But the reality of the country is that they're not in trouble. And if you look at the ministers that he has appointed, I don't really understand. Minister of Procurement. And you have ministers of various. So this minister going there, who is available as a deputy minister and executive minister? Who is available?
Which ministry are you talking about?
I just have to minister of procurement, for example.
But do we have a minister? Would we have a substantive minister from procurement already?
Yeah, that's a very good question.
So it means that they've decoupled that ministry from finance then. Because procurement matters are becoming very difficult in Ghana now. We hear sole sourcing under NDC. So I think it's something good. So it means that Adwa Safo will be solely responsible for the procurement side of, yes, any issues regarding dodgy procurement, no tendering process, sole sourcing, we will go to her.
And in that case, you have Minister of Evaluation, Position Evaluation, you have Minister of
Yeah, but what's that got to do with procurement, Freddie?
No. He was talking of I'm telling that you have ministers of various, like, they have evaluation, parliamentary affairs,
All right, Freddie, I get your point. Let's move on. There is another issue that of national importance that I want us to talk about. First,
maybe it's asking for the topics that we're dealing with.
Okay, tonight, Mavis, we are talking about. Hello. Fifi, just bear with me a moment. I just want to put something out there for our listeners, and then I'll get you to make your contribution, please. Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Yeah. One of our followers, Mavis, on Facebook, is asking the topics for discussion tonight, and I think I sent the WhatsApp to you, Mavis. If you check it, you'll find all the topics there. We've already talked about the ministerial positions. We had 50 ministers, deputy ministerial positions being announced today. And we also talked about Ghana using our local language, MPs being allowed to speak in their local dialect in parliament, following the brouhaha that occurred after the MP for Akwatia having defeated Baba Jamal.
But I was trying to get
a lawyer.
I was trying to get her.
Having defeated Baba Jamal, they are trying to make fun of her. So tonight we decided to go bilingual actually. Yet, Brofu and some Edio. Yeah, Fifi, go ahead. Yeah.
I want to talk about the military appointment. I think it's too much. For me, it's too much. Because that was not a promise that everybody made. I remember when he had his campaign.
Did he make a promise regarding that?
Yeah, he made that he's going to cut the ministers.
Really?
That was what he said. And now he's double them. He's going to spend a lot of money on them. I remember in Italy, we have a lot of politicians, we have a lot of parliamentarians. In Italy, the World Parliament of the European.
Yeah.
We have a sort of so when we had this young guy who came to power,
Matteo Renzi.
He told us he's going to cut everything down. But when he went to the parliament, he thought that he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it because he couldn't do it.
I remember.
You understand? Because this thing is going to cost the country a lot of money.
Yes.
It's going to cost the country a lot of money. You understand my point?
I remember when Kufuor was in the opposition. He was.
Much people there will not stop the process. That's what is needed. There's an amount of people who do there. They're going to stop the money and that's it.
Mm. When
that's my thing.
We get you. When Kufuor was in the opposition, he was criticizing Rawlings' ministers that there were too many. And when he got to power, then he said that when you are outside government, you see and you think differently. But when you're in power, things are also different.
Yeah.
All right.
And he increased it.
And I want to say something about the question we asked about which was talking about the person has to be a medical something before something like that. Yeah, I do agree with you because you can't tell me that the whole Manchester United team and as the Arsenal team almost they go they take a coach who is a musician. I don't see it happening anywhere in football. So at least somebody must get the knowledge to be there. Yes, people be like I said, on the head of
Okay. Let me just read. Let me read this point out here on Facebook. Good evening, Mr. Sakado. Papo Samoa, Reverend. He says, if an elephant government can make the country better, why advocate for lean government? They have 4 years. Let's wait and see. Well, that is the problem, my good friend. We can't wait for 4 years. We can't wait for 4 years, to be honest with you. It's just too long to wait. You see, otherwise we will be making the mistakes and we keep waiting. So right now we need to voice our concerns.
I think 6 months is good enough for us.
Yeah,
to
for
see
me,
exactly
maximum
whether,
6 months.
Yeah, whether
I want to see the impact of what they are going to do within 6 months if they can do anything. But one issue about this ministry test that he's appointed, you see, they are at the moment 110 altogether. How many are from Parliament? NPP has 169 MPs and 2/3.
I understand almost.
So I have a problem there. This is why I've been saying that this our constitutional structure is not helping us.
64 from Parliament.
64 from Parliament.
Almost all of them.
So we have only 105 remaining who are actually going to do pure parliamentary work. 105, and out of them, most of them will be clamoring for positions. They will be praying that John will fail, or someone said one minister somewhere will fail, so that they will do what? They will be appointed. So parliamentary business is going to suffer.
Someone is saying that the work at hand is enormous, so we need more hands on that. So
well, more hands, Marco. All right.
That's why maybe he's got all these hands.
I still want to approach it. Take that. Let's wait and see for just 6 months, not a long period. 6 months. Steve, are you there?
I'm in line with
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Our other topics that we wanted to talk about, we have O and A level replacements. Whether we should bring back O level to replace the current educational system. And
I think our current education system is rotten.
It's rotten.
Totally. And I think they need to restructure it. That's my view.
So that is a lot of work that you need 3 deputy ministers to be coming in there to investigate that.
Our education system is completely. Oh yeah. If that's what he thinks. Our education system is totally.
Interestingly, that ministry that is supposed to be a key because of the free education.
They have
only 2 deputy ministers.
It has only 2 deputy ministers.
But I think there's another Minister of State in charge of
education
as a tertiary. Yeah, so if you want to consider that,
so that will be 3
that will be
altogether.
But my brother, you know something? Those 3 ministers of state, those 3 ministers of education, none of them has ever been a minister before. So they have to also learn of how to be a minister, cope with the system before they move to their politics and how to maneuver around to be a minister. It's a disaster.
Yeah, they are going to spoil them.
It's a disaster. Three of them. Even the, you know,
No, when you say they have to also learn, it's you see. I think this is if do they have managerial
Freddie,
managerial
is it
experience?
Is it a disaster because you want it to be a disaster, or you know what? I won't buy into that thought.
Yes, I'll justify that. Napo, first time of being a minister, at least you had various head of education institutions coming to Labasi.
Yeah.
And the deputy minister designate now is the new member of parliament, a very young lady. Why? She herself is just even her first time of becoming an MP. So she's even going through the seminar of parliament with her. Now, the only person
She's a teacher, you know. She's a teacher. She's a teacher. Okuja Toblakwa was not a teacher.
Even Okuja Toblakwa was a minister. Freddie, he failed his exams before.
Okay, Freddie, what do you say about that?
Freddie,
No,
don't do that.
maybe Freddie will justify that.
Freddie, don't do that. Because if you begin to undermine people, you will cause us to also say things about others. What kind of job are they going to do that somebody cannot do it?
Steve,
a whole teacher, somebody who has been teaching at Wegehe, you are saying that she can't do the job. Even Okujeto was able to do that job. Okujeto was able to meet professors in the universities and discuss issues with them. Even Okujeto.
Please.
Right now, we also kind of you can be the old Would you don't want to be the kind of
hey, munya watre mratie. We enye ntokwa, munya watre.
Freddie wants to undermine the woman, but the woman is an educationist. She's been teaching for the past so many years.
Steve and Freddie, Mavis has come up with a point here. She says the ministers are too many. Their salaries, fuel, drivers, watchmen, and others, allowances alone would drain our national purse. I consider all these appointments as forms of appreciation for people. Hang on a second. There's a lot. For contributions to the people's to get MPP to power. Okay.
Mike, I don't buy into that.
You don't agree with Mavis' points.
In as much as I don't agree with the numbers, I don't buy into that kind of thinking because right now, no, you can say majority of them are parliamentarian. So it's not like they're already
covered with
they can either take a youth salary from the parliament and ask it for being a minister. They can't have both.
Yeah, once they even can't have both. So they are travel expenses and everything.
So maybe it's not aware that of this.
And then I'm making because when you are an MP and you become a minister, you get more money than being an MP. That's a fact.
Yeah,
you get more money.
Nobody can.
But you see, yeah, you get more money. But what if that 110 that you're talking about, if all of them were not MPs? Okay, what's it more? You understand?
That doesn't justify the number.
No, I'm not.
We don't need that number.
Come on, you know my stand.
Okay.
You know my stand as far as the numbers are concerned. I don't agree with the numbers. I totally disagree with that. But what I'm saying is, we can't just say, oh, they will have new cars, they'll have this, they'll have this, they'll have this, they'll have that.
Yes.
Come on. We all here. NDC for when they were leaving, they bought all these cars, peanuts.
And they I don't want to hear this. Thank you. Freddie, I will deal with that myself.
That's why Rich the episode say, or your minister, that's why your MP. And now when I was saying, what's that position here? Yeah, man, calm, you know. If man car back up, so that's a bet.
But ministry, extra car. The ministry will need an extra car. On five the MP car, no, ministry, they won't do that. Because no, at all on low.
I don't think they'll be between two cars.
As a minister, he will be entitled to a car.
Yeah, and the ministry also will need that.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
The government car, the minister and the car, if you or your member of parliament or the car secretary, parliament is their man. One of our ministers, that one another side.
Yeah. That one is very.
Why can't the parliament, the government, think about this? So if you're one person holding about 3 positions, they shouldn't give you 3 cars for all these positions.
No, it's not like he's having the car to himself. There's a car
the ministry
for
will
a minister.
provide a car for him.
Okay, so when he finishes work, that car goes back to the ministry for that day.
Yeah.
He it there.
Okay.
What they do is that they abuse it. Because he knows that his MP car or no one out of the car, no, let us say, or point a weekend, and so be done the minister car, and see one.
Not the car.
Not the call your friends say, for possible weekend. So what I say,
and you know one thing, of all the ministers that numerous ministers that we've been talking about, I'm surprised we didn't have a minister for monitoring cars.
Government vehicles. True.
That would have been justified. Yeah,
because
monitoring government vehicles.
Hey, there be chief of staff, then I do my so. One of the monitor microphone in a minister saying
Cars need it's part of his office, of the office.
That's when we are busy, he can see all of them.
You see, there are so many people at the presidency. The chief of staff can assign somebody, say, who may take responsibility of all the government cars here for us. Yeah, I know they will me assign you to do that.
Director General didn't have a car. I will be on count here. Now you're talking about a chief of staff assigning somebody to monitor ministers. Come on, you have a minister of for instance, monitoring vehicles, government vehicles. That is better than having a chief of staff assigning it to a junior whoever. How can you monitor people that are ministers that are supposed to be ahead of you? You can't do that.
The ministers are not ahead of her.
No, I'm not talking. If the chief of staff is to delegate her job as a partner to somebody else,
okay.
How can you do that? Can you not your car see this for you know?
And then I'm saying Jack.
Why?
You see, the reason why I say Jack can say
because the government hasn't taken the action about
it. You will be fair. Answer every kind of so be about problem.
So we are.
Oh, a branch now.
I withdraw that one. I'm talking about a ton cheap. Peanuts.
Is there a policy so to meet on the cheap?
But see, Steve, when yes,
this is exactly
knowing perfectly well that
step by step.
That your man, when he has a woman, nipa bokro no. You of charge.
When the MPP left power in 2009, do you know that the cars that they bought, at the same peanut, they were retrieved. All those cars were taken back by the new government. They were able to do it.
May say, Abaye Wahono, Opesoya. Obey. One year, and yet, and can't say, and
you watch my back, scratch my back, I scratch your back.
There be, and not the what the old kind of side I say, but I'll you and this in say, I dear why in here, no one yard. Only pa may say NDC, or you no affiliated to NDC, or far when as a chronology Ganesica. I know the Aqua Court, I mean, I can't want them, what you mean. Yet in Pefe. Bass branding scandal, and no yen perfect, they see it. Until no dear may come once a man, but the mini evidence be as a ya throw punina, ya yoka friend or ya any interview into no punevia sica. Make us a mamma, papa no think qua. until say I didn't be court near be charging. I can't say anything about that. No more anya ho hwe de na se mo nam fremu na mo say oh scandal will have 7 million JP will have way up will have. What kind of such as I say anything? You are there. You see what is going on. Fix the problem.
Now you are there, you are in power. So someone now moves your position and now you have the power to act. That's all. You don't need any noise.
Freddie, Mammy can't say much.
I
say maybe share campaign. I say from today.
If they are acting, Freddie say, "Oh,
I'm Nichi, and then a brothel, and no DBT, Baba Jamal or a lawyer. Okay. No, sir, if you don't quite contest it, if you don't contest it, an application form from when man fail it. She couldn't complete the application form. Oh, what the other went to me and
Freddie, the system in government,
Freddie, you have to just understand that.
See, 1 minute, please. One minute. The system in government allowed a Kredonko to contest for a presidential slot.
Yeah.
So that means there was nothing wrong with the Kredonko, whether being educated or not educated. You get that? So, sir, I must say, issue, it's neither here nor there.
And the funny part of it is Freddie, the funny part of it is the lady now you're laughing at is the same person now. Oh ye. Of course, we'll say no. We know that. Come on.
And you say, Freddie, who will be a coach in parliament, trees under school, no? Any I must say, what kind of people come on, only one I will cook you better say, bar. Oh, you're not idea, the woman idea.
Oh, Freddie, you see, what
you
guys say?
So let's end with this school, the O-level, A-level system. Now, yeah, kind of next week, please. Because time is fast spent. You can hear there. O-level, A-level. O-level, A-level. Freddie.
Finding of it and everything on. And then one Bible saying that saying young way that going that one, not in the
Freddie, and NBP need been a casting A-level, no level.
No, me say. NBP what you're going to buy, and then no mobile level. I'm on for that that young one level. Let me say, NBP for no mobile level. The quality of education, a move fine in the thing. But this is a more the new system for a policy set. That dedication will be a way to the business. I think that is good for the A-level system and the O-level system. But you see, the track record of a political party can't only 4 years, right? 4 years, or why is it no cannot be for even the 4th year for it? Let me point to this, why is there any time the MC are in power? Our education system should be simpler. Can you say, and I could say, people among people.
Okay, so from what you're saying, you do not agree. You rather want the current system to be improved. Who agrees? Say yes, something. When a proposal I discuss it because we're talking about educational system, they are going to make it free, and so someone is saying, say, should we bring back O level and A levels or not?
Whether the system will go 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, but the teacher now is not motivated, or he's not motivated, or she's not motivated. Only facility is not motivated. And planning goes to an idea, and I'm in the class to require. I'm in various facilities. I don't hear major concern, but almost how to do basic things easier. And they think, well, I don't know, you can allow 6 to 7 years. Top students are one part of what they why the whole West Africa. Ghana consistently every year over 5 years For you to change the system, now being a collaborative system, that to the system. I think they take a huge, to have a huge effect on our students, to have a huge effect on our education system. Now, everybody goes up with the education, how to education, how to get the appointment. Now, more market in your own town. Even the first in Ghana, you make the system more consistent, like you read the code on the vanity.
How do you miss out and go? Almost say from first year into what from first year in September near the amount. Into no, it will continue from that time no. Into I think that's settled. We should understand that.
But you know that
they are doing what they are going to limit the number of intake.
Freddie, stop misleading. That was not the reason why they are limiting the intake. It's to do with the infrastructure that they have, and you know it. It's got nothing to do with the introduction of free education. You know it. Me too, I say, but then say, oh, so oh, coach you me na. Me person oh, coach you me. In fact, no mention free education. That's how we mislead.
4 years. 4 years now, no facilities for normal people. If I'm able to qualify with my whether 100
Steve, please check out your background, please.
Early days. Government now making intention. Minister, I feel all year, what would have hoped to say? Look at policy, complete at the whole. But baby who's a war. Until almost say, okay, you're banned from September. Until the young 1 month, 2 months, Napo will come out and we can question him, say, how is it going? So, what you're saying, Steve? Yes, Steve, go ahead.
Let me say something. I want to react to what Freddie was saying.
Yeah.
Say teacher motivation, one motivation, all those things. That teacher motivation, I think what here now say more government, not teacher motivation, that's all. It was NDC time. And on the better was we teacher watch there 12 months. Not the entire car. They will pay you just 3 months. Does he remember? It happened. I know some friends who were treated that way. If you do this to a teacher, how do you want that teacher to be motivated to teach? As the man I 1 year, also the man at 3 months pay. 9 months now can be operated on bank. As a government, you did that to people and you expected them to stand in the classroom and teach. So sometimes when we are talking about national issues, our just advice is that to put partisan issues aside and let's look at the national interest.
That doesn't mean say man talk about if that happened at the NDC. It doesn't mean that currently, if we are leading towards that same situation, he shouldn't raise it. The fact that
what I mean is the question on the floor.
Yeah.
They say SHS, NGHS. Should we scrap it and go for O and A level? That was it. It was a discussion and a partisan issue.
Yes.
But you are going to buy it. Has it got any link to say
one making point, I think it's well noted.
Mami, come on, sir. How can I answer my question? Let me answer the question. Freddie, I'm on the floor.
Go ahead, Steve.
What I'm saying is, right now, you must say, the objective for which old SHS and GHS were introduced, are we meeting those objectives? That's my first thing. If we are not meeting those objectives, we should go back to the drawing board and ask ourselves, why are we not meeting those objectives? What are we lacking?
Yeah.
Because we have introduced this system for the past, since it started in 93. So in 93, I practiced GHS near this ABC. This length of time, we will have enough data, we have enough information, enough resource to be able to analyze and know where we are going wrong. If the objective is still there, me and doing what, you need to film right from 93 and him and MSA mark. Because we have left the thing for the past over 20 years. How are we going to go around the whole system? The best system, rather than say, better try me, corrections are a work system and practicing for over 20 years. You know the mistakes in it. So I would for that.
All right.
We stick to what we have and then try to make amends. Thank
you, Steve. Thank you. Late caller. Pacho, one line. You are on Africanna Radio. It's CrossFire. Pacho, one line also. Hello, caller. Can you hear me? Hello. We have someone on the line. I think you've called through to the program.
Your number ends 8138.
Hello, can you hear me?
You'll come on when you're ready.
Okay. All right. I have a message here from Mavis following us on Facebook. She's contributing. I'll say the current system allows many people to come out of schools too early only to loiter about on the streets without work. However, the government will create jobs, and so people do not need to avoid unemployment under the pretense of staying in schools for donkey years in the name of O and A levels. Well, so maybe thinks we should keep our JSS, SHS. Mr. Sakado, Reverend Sakado say, is this JSS and SHS a Ghana thing or a West African thing? What would you say?
You see, there's something very interesting that I want to say. If we are to keep the system, the GSS and SSS system that we have, back in the days when we were, I think when the GSS started, it didn't start with us, but I think we were one of the few. Our year were maybe the third group that came in.
Okay.
You know, at the time we used to have at GSS level, when we used to do the technical skills and all that, you used to have all.
Hello.
Yes, hello. I can hear you.
Yeah, can you hear us now?
Yes, I can.
Great. Welcome to Crossfire. And may I know who's speaking?
This is Patrick from Nottingham.
Hello, Patrick. Thank you. Go ahead. We're almost done, but since you are here, let's give you the floor so that
Good. Thank you very much. Just to comment on the shift of education system.
Okay.
People should appreciate that the O-level and A-level system that we had in Ghana was drawn from the British education, and the British had that one. If you hear the British these days, they talk about grammar schools, and you will realize that we have grammar schools in Ghana.
Yeah.
We moved together to the senior high system with Britain.
All right.
Now, somebody came in talking if we met our goals, otherwise we should go back to the drawing. We have met the goals. The goal was so that, one, you don't spend too long in school when you retire at 60. So you had people old, then you come out of the school, and your working age is now too limited. So there's so many years you spend acquiring that money, you don't put it to productivity.
That's a fair point.
So the first instance was, how could you compress the system, deliver that money to the youth who will come out and have longer working years, then the country benefits. So you spend less years, you the individual benefit, the country pay less to train you, the country benefit, then the country gets you working longer, the country benefit, and you earn salary longer rather than being in school long. That was the system. Okay. Now somebody is asking if the system is producing people and they have no jobs. One, The system was not even meant to bring people out for public service only. The system indicated that you are better with educated and informed minds who are jobless than uninformed minds. So if you follow the JSS system, we are what we call the encyclopedia skills. You were trained with technical skill. You have to come out so that even if you are dropping out at JSS, everybody in Ghana should be able to read and write, which is what we have. It's a goal achieved.
All right.
Okay. And that knowledge that everybody in Ghana, now you see the word everybody who wants to take driving license to have at least JSS certificate so that you can read road signs. Are we not better with that?
But we have achieved that, and are we really achieved?
We have achieved that because we are in the process. The process now is with the PHS that we are having. We are saying that get everybody into the school, then that will be completed. But what I'm trying to say is that anybody who has gone through that new system, those who got the opportunity to go, those who didn't become shepherds, those who didn't become fishermen, and got the opportunity to enter JSS, at least can read and write.
Patrick, I have just one question for you. You talked about... Can you hear me? Patrick, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
I have just one question for you before you continue. You talked about the new system trying to shorten it so people would not spend enough time in school. When you look at the old system, the O and A level, you spend 7 years doing the O and A level, and then you spend 3 years in uni, which gives you 10 years in total. With this new system that you're talking about, the JSS level, you spend 3 years, you spend another 3 years in SS, and then you spend 4 years in uni. The same 10 years. So I don't know the point that you're making.
No. You have cut out the from 4.
Which from 4?
The old system didn't take you from primary school. You don't remember?
Yes, the O level you have to go to from Form 1 to Form 4,
which is even longer than the JSS, which is the replica of JSS. So you have to add that 4 years to the top.
Yes.
Those who went from primary school to O level were selected grades. It's like distinction. So you enter through common entrance.
Yeah.
But the majority of people have to go 4 years.
Isn't why the standard of education for the JSS is below, the
No. The Form 4 leavers were at par with the JSS. That was how it was. The Form 4 leavers were at par with. The issue that you should remember was that the population was small, so the jobs were available. The elite population was much smaller compared to the larger population. So few people who got educated, the job was readily available. So Form 4 leavers could get jobs. The only distinction is that population has increased, demand has increased, which is what is reflecting in the job market. It's not because the system has failed. And I'm saying that the main goal of the system was not so that people come out and the government will employ. It was so that everybody can read and write. You are better with an elite, jobless person than an uninformed mind. That was the major goal. Get everybody elite. That's what you have in UK. Government doesn't employ everybody in UK. But because of their elitist nature, the system is not chaotic. Everybody can understand. Anything that is.
So you perfectly agree with this free education for all up to secondary level. You agree with that policy, don't you?
It is not about whether I agree or you agree. Ghana needs and wants free education. Ghana is only measuring it to our capacity to contain it. So I'm saying that from 1992, the Constitution says progressively free because the intention of the free was there.
Yeah.
It is whether we could take it up or not. So if we think now we can take it up, it should not be a new issue that we should be dragging over who agree and who doesn't agree. Because it has always been on the drawing board, and we didn't have the capacity. So the question is, do we have the capacity now or not? But not whether we want or not. The one is always there.
If I understand you well, we should maintain the standard or the system we have now. That we make sure that
there is no problem with that system. The system is fantastic. That is what Britain is running now, and we have followed along with Britain. If Britain has not found it wrong, you and I have no business finding it wrong. Britain is not employing everybody that comes from school, and Britain still have people who come from senior high school and not go to university. But the issue is everybody can read and write, and everybody can understand how to run his life. It's more important than thinking that you can employ everybody. That is not feasible. There was no one point in time that the government can employ everybody. You and I, who are well established, are supposed to have investments that will absorb others. So everybody is supposed to invest his money and stop stocking money in the bedroom. We are supposed to stop buying stock and buying shares and do some little businesses that can employ somebody else. We will require an accountant to run our business.
Yes,
but we have decided to be buying stock and buying bonds. Let me educate us so that we all get to understand that you and I sitting here in UK, we make the money and we tend to be buying bonds. We are supposed to invest so that to employ 2 or 3 people. And we are buying bonds and buying shares.
Patrick, if you have a system where interest rates are around, treasury bills around 28%, 30%, why should I go and invest in a business and then what is the return on investment?
Wait, and I'll tell you, treasury bills is high. Treasury bill is high, favor you. Treasury bill is high, favor you. The one who takes your money for treasury bill, the bank that takes it, intends to invest it, make the profit, and share it with you, the owner. That's what the banks do.
So what I'm saying,
we are allowing. Let me come up with this. We are allowing the financial industry to deceive us to bring our money. When they take your money in the treasury bill, what do? They invest it in the same market.
But
take the profit and share with you. That's what they do with your money.
So that is not the fault of the people. It is the fault of government policy.
Which is not my problem. I am talking about those who are better or those who have the money. If our orientation is that invest it and absorb somebody else in a job.
No.
It's different from we have oriented our job into financial security.
Patrick, I get what you're saying, but that is we coming from an altruistic heart. People coming out to say we need to build Ghana. But if as a businessman or someone I've worked, I have money, and I want to go and invest to employ people. Yet when I get to the country, the economic environment, the fiscal policy prevailing says that even if I have to go and start my business and in future I need to go and get a loan from the bank, I have to pay so much interest to get that loan. When I can actually just use my little money to buy treasury bills, why I don't have the incentive to do that?
My brother,
so
let me come in. You see, let me come in. This talk that you have put up is what the financial industry sells to us. It's a brainwashing agenda.
No, it is not. It is the government.
I've understood you. I want to break it down, please.
Okay.
I've understood you. I'm saying that they chain it out in the media for us to believe that the policy, the financial policy and business policy in the country is not favorable, so bring it and buy a share. But I'm saying that they intend to invest it in the same market. So I want you to understand that they tell you when you want a loan, they make the interest rate of the loan high so that they scare you from coming for a loan. But what I'm trying to say is that the micro businessman who needs a loan is the one who should make this complaint. But when you and I come abroad, we are not in that market where the constraint is. We have worked here and we have our money.
Yeah.
We are not needing a bank loan. We have secured money here. Okay. Instead of investing directly, we tend to buy bonds. So I'm breaking
this is exactly what I'm saying. Then what is the return on investment?
Don't. If you interject that way, you will miss it. What I want you to know, you have to get the two business entrepreneurs separated. The micro business venture in Ghana who wants a loan is the one who should be complaining because the bank make it difficult. And they will tell you the system. But I'm saying that you and I who have come out and made the money, we don't need a loan. We have made money outside Ghana.
I agree with
you. But instead of going straight to invest, because we no longer need a loan and we are not compelled by that constraint, we rather tend to buy government bonds, we tend to buy shares, we buy treasury bills, and we give the money to the bank, and the bank sit with that money and squeeze the poor one to come for a loan at a higher rate. You and I should stop buying bonds and stop buying treasury bills. We don't need the loan.
I understand what you're saying. What is the purpose of the investment that I'm going to make with my own money? What's the purpose? What's the ultimate aim of the investment? Am I going to invest because I just want to employ people, or I want to make money on my return on my investment?
No, because you want profit. Then everything boils to profit. But what I want you to understand is that when you buy a treasury bill, they tend to work with that same money. Take that same profit that you are looking at.
I also understand you. I understand you, but my point I'm making is that if I go to Ghana to invest, and then when I get there, I'm going to start a business from scratch. I will employ people, which is a good thing. But yet the return on that investment will take maybe 5 years and I will get nothing. maybe no tax incentive for me. I'm just giving you a scenario here.
It's not true.
And then I compare it to the prevailing financial circumstance in the country where I can buy treasury bill, which is another form of investment. I will go for the treasury bills. So until that comes down,
maybe quicker.
Hello.
Yes.
Quick one here. You are a media house.
Yes.
The main goal of your media house is partly to educate and to inform.
Of course.
So I don't expect you to take the same position that the wrong industry wants us to follow, because that they benefit when we follow it that way. Now, why will you sell the message that when you go to Ghana to invest, it will take you 5 years to get that profit? If you want to invest, you do your business feasibility studies and decide where you will invest, and the profit will take you 5 years. People open pure water industries in Ghana and reap their capital within 3 months. It depends on which business you want. You don't expect that you want to go and invest. Maybe you have your 10,000 pounds. Why will you go and invest it in any business that will take you 5 years to get return? No. Are you not going to do business feasibility studies? So let's not be churning out the difficult information and putting people off from going back to invest. That's what I'm coming from. You and I have a duty to educate people. When you have your money, don't buy bonds, don't buy shares. Think about something you can do in Ghana. There is profit. So when people get the idea that way, they will consider going down to investigate what business they can do. Because you can run businesses even with the institutions so that you don't have to give it to somebody who will run away with your money. Institutions are there to work with your money. These real estate agencies, they are all over. Okay?
Yeah.
There are micro industries that are willing to work with you. And you will have business contracts. You don't fear. These communication industries, if you invest with them, you don't have anything to lose, and it's not a 5-year turnaround. So you don't, let's not sit on the media again and give the difficult information, the unpalatable information
Patrick,
let's encourage. Now let me give you one other aspect.
Patrick, sorry.
There's one other misinformation
just a quick interaction. Sorry.
Good.
Can you I can, from what the way you speak, and it seems you know a lot about investment. Is it possible we take your number, and then if you have a free time, you can come on our show and then talk to us about educate the public about
if I told you that I'm a science student, you wouldn't believe it. So please, we can continue contributing like this. Yeah. Don't count me as an expert in business.
No. I mean, we trying to educate our audience.
This is what we're saying. You see the previous discussion.
Let me identify myself properly, and you can continue to deal with me. I am a nationalist and a critical mind. I'm not an expert in business. You can have my number. You can always call me for a critical digest of information, but don't count me as an expert.
Don't worry, you've got many friends here. So
well, thank you for.
Now there's one other misinformation that I think we should talk about as well. Just one quick one.
Mm-hmm.
I had someone who just came online and tried to question the teacher motivation aspect.
Yeah.
And that the previous government was paying people 3 months when they had worked for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
That one is another misinformation. For the political season, some of us didn't want to comment because we felt that it was a campaign. So why do you want to spoil somebody's campaign or make somebody's campaign look beautiful? So if you are a neutral person, you watch them do their politics.
Are you trying to suggest that it didn't happen?
I'm trying to tell you what it was. But what I'm saying is that conversation that he brought up was a political campaign conversation.
Okay.
Good. Now, if you are a neutral person, countering it means that you are supporting one team, and not countering it means that you support that. So if you are neutral, you don't engage in it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the government at the time was not refusing to pay teachers who worked for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't the case. The system is so porous that when they recruit a teacher, it was not only teachers. Let that also be clear. It was all public service. When they recruit you, they backdate it 1 year. So they recruit you today, and they fill your forms with you and backdate it 1 year. The arrears come, and they call you and take the arrears from the regional office and share. So when Professor Nana Jima came from the education into the ministry. She was an academic, and she went with all the loopholes that was happening, the leakages that was happening in public service, and that was why they now wanted to change it. So what they said was that when you recruit anybody, you have no business to take long to process his document. You don't need 1 year to pass his document from your district office to the regional office and from the regional to the national. So if you take somebody today, write the appointment today, move it, by next month it should be at the regional. By the second month it should be in the national. By the third month, if we are paying or not paying, we know that the arrears should be 3 months. That was how the 3 months was worked out. But there was no way you will work for 1 year and they will tell they won't pay you. But because they saw that people were abusing the system, they recruit people today, and those who actually work for 1 year were few. So you get thousands and thousands of employees who come for 2 months, and their regional director and circuit supervisor backdated for 1 year. So government saw it as a weakness. So you take a drastic measure that will stop all that nonsense, because they were too sure that you as the regional office have no business to sit with somebody's document for 1 year.
Great. Patrick.
So on what basis should we owe a new employee for 1 year? So they then introduced a second line that we will have to give you financial clearance before you recruit somebody. So the reason is that don't recruit without approval. And when you are recruiting with approval, by the time you are giving the approval, they already know. So you can't bring a new name when they haven't given you approval and say that the fellow has been working for 1 year. So it was all meant to plug the loopholes in the
That is very good. Now, just one question on that.
So what I'm trying to say is that what was coming out as though, they are punishing teachers, they are not paying them, it was a campaign. Campaigns are over. So let's build our country and stop campaigning.
Patrick, nice one. The only issue that I have with what you just said was that I never heard any prosecutions about these corrupt practices going on. This is where I don't understand. We have laws. We've identified that something is going wrong. Why do we just block the loophole and not punish the perpetrators, the offenders,
and then
to serve as a deterrent?
And then again, Patrick, what you say?
Because for you to block the loophole, it means someone must have done something wrong, which is clear. This is clearly fraud.
You know, I understand, but let me also
assure you that
this is where I don't understand our system. It's not just the past government, but Ghanaians, the way we do things. We see something is wrong, we don't punish.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't believe in lamentation. So let's take it head on. We all know our grandmother's name, and yet we call her grandma. The truth is that we know that thing exists in the system. But if you go to arrest anybody, even the employee who they use his name to backdate will agree that you came last year. So how do you punish them when they connive?
We are not going to get out of this quagmire we find ourselves in. We will go.
So the issue was stop it at a point. The development was such that if you go hunting for culprits, they will connive and conspire. So just stop it. Stop going backwards to chase them when you won't get them. It would have been the case if somebody they backdated my employment and I go to report. But the employees don't report because there is connivance and conspiration. Yeah. So when they conspire and connive and you go chasing, you won't find them. So the issue is stop it from now. Finished. That was the approach. It's not a thing they don't want to punish, but sometimes we demand it unrealistically. If you go into government today, you will see the challenges that they go through. It's not easy dealing with these things. It's not as if Akufo-Addo would not want to punish or Mahama didn't want to punish. You won't get the culprit because in the books of the law, somebody has to give you testimony or witness. And the best person is the employee whose document has been backdated, and you bring him and he testify against you in favor of the culprit. How do you punish the culprit?
See, I really think that, I beg to differ, I really think that if governments, those in charge, are really determined to punish for wrongdoing, they will do that. It's just that they are, you see, we have this Ghanaian nature, like you said, that we all know our grandmother's name, but we call her grandmother. So we think that, let's rather block the loophole and then let what has been done, let bygones be bygones. It's not helping us. Yeah. We need to start, because in this country, it is only law and order that is keeping this country going. Right. The people you see working out there, most of them have got brain problems. Most of them have got serious moral deficiencies. But because they know that if they do something, the law will deal with them. Even down how many donkeys of years should pass, they are scared.
If you take
That's the whole thing.
If you take this back to Ghana, they know that if they do it, the law wouldn't catch them. So they will continue doing it.
They will continue doing it. Anyway, time is fast spent. Thank you so much, Patrick. We have to end here, unfortunately.
We've got your number.
Next week, we will be starting at 9 o'clock again next week. And so if you are available, you can always join in.
Or you can always give me a message ahead and we can listen in and contribute. But don't regard me as an expert in business.
No problem. We are all not experts. We are all nationalists trying to work hard. Steve, when we took your call, we had Steve on the line. Steve, we had to cut Steve off because now we are not able to take 2 calls, but we can do that on the mobile line. So next week, we will announce, we'll give you a heads up first, so that you know what we're talking about. And thank you so much, listeners.
Yes, that's fine.
It's been almost 2.5 hours now on Crossfire. We have to call it a good night. And we'll come your way again next week, same time, with other interesting developments.
Yes. Yeah. Acknowledge these guys, Mavis.
All right, Mavis, thank you so much. You're following us on Facebook. And Mr. Kofi Kula, my good friend, Samuel, Reverend Papu Samuel Saka Ado. Thank you all. And for those of you watching on YouTube, we thank you. Good night.
And good night. Let's see what I can do for you.
I always wondered, Mr. D, how come we can't put the call on this one?
I'm having problems. We used to take 3 calls.
Yeah, because I think the reason why it's not going through is because of what we are doing now. Exhibiting the BS stuff. So what if you post the any exhibit stuff?